Okay, so now we're going to the part. Okay, we already know the definitions of and the basic knowledge of e-invoice already. Okay, so we also understand the specific guidelines. Long topic right just now, so you already understand what means by specific guidelines. Now we go to the third part today. Issue invoice using my invoice portal. But before this, we have two topics to learn also. The first one is self-bill invoice. Just now I mentioned a lot self-bill invoice, right? So what is the details, okay, of the self-bill invoice? Under what circumstances I need to issue self-bill invoice? Okay. So first thing we need to know what is self-bill invoice. Self-bill invoice is under certain circumstances. It's not all. Jangan tak ada invoice saja you terus issue self-bill. No. Ada situasi yang tertentu sahaja you perlu issue self-bill. Jangan semua sekaligus service. No. You buy, you as a buyer, you buy something, you assume today you are supplier, then you do as a supplier role, issue to yourself, okay, and you need to submit to LPM for the validation. Okay, this is a general definition. Okay, so I use the illustration to explain to you. It's better for you to understand. Okay, so there's a buyer, there's a seller. You are the buyer. Today you buying something from the seller. The seller answer to you, hey, I'm unable or I'm disallowed to issue e-invoice. There are two scenarios. One is the seller is unable to issue, means that the seller maybe dia tak ada buat business punya, dia hanya bekerja saja. Tak payah invoice kan. So it's unable to issue or disallowed. Dia buat business, tapi some circumstances dia tak boleh issue invoice to you. You must issue self-bill. Like just now the e-commerce, right? You jual barang kat Shopee, tapi you tak boleh issue invoice. Mesti Shopee issue self-bill to you. This is two scenarios. So you are the buyer. The seller tell you cannot issue e-invoice. So what you do? You will issue self-bill e-invoice to yourself, and then you submit the self-bill invoice to my invoice portal, and then tick validated. This is very common. Okay. Transactions required to issue self-bill invoice. This is under the special guideline, section 8.3. Okay. The guidelines mention there are 9 scenarios only you can issue self-bill invoice. Out of these 9 scenarios, you cannot issue self-bill invoice. So that's why I mentioned, you tak boleh suka-suka saja issue self-bill. No. You have to under these 9 circumstances only, then you issue self-bill invoice. Okay. Before last update, which is 18th month, they only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 scenario. Okay. Last time they add one more into 9. Okay, but this is not so relevant to us lah. Okay. Later I will go through one by one to you. Now we have a glance first. Okay. Payment to agent, dealer, distributor. Just now I mentioned to you, right? Payment commission to the agent. Will agent issue invoice to you? You need to sell bill, right? Just now I mentioned. Second, okay, goods sold or service rendered by foreign supplier. You buy something from foreigner, you sell bill. Right? This one we already talked about. Okay, profit distribution, dividend. Dividend, the company need to do sell bill. Okay, just now we discussed already. E-commerce transactions. Okay, just now we discussed already, right? The Shopee will do the sell bill. Okay, what A, B, C, D is what we already discussed just now. Okay, start from E. Paid up to all betting and gambling business. For non-Muslim, they buy lottery or go casino, play games. Okay, they win money, so the casino will do the sell bill. The player will not issue invoice. Okay, transactions with individuals who are not conducting a business. This section F is very important. That's why I changed the color to blue. I highlight. Okay, you please remember this one. Section F. Transactions with individuals means that the person never do business. If the person not doing business, will he or she issue e-invoice? No. Not doing business, no invoice. So if you're billing to him, you buy something from him, no invoice, how do you issue self-bill? Later I have a lot of examples for this. Interest payment, except some situation. This section G, interest payment, is considered very complicated. But most of the times it's applicable to intercompany transactions. Other than that, like bank, not a building bank, right? Are you opening bank? No, right? Insurance company, no, right? They are a big company, right? So majority interest payment is for the bank, so it's not so relevant because only the relevant part is intercompany. Sometimes, like intercompany, company A, company B borrow money from here to there, they will charge interest. Most of the time, no interest, right? But sometimes they charge interest. So that interest, you need to do self-bill. But accept some situations. So the acceptance, you need to understand there are 5 scenarios, so it's quite complicated. Never mind, I will talk in more details for this interest payment. Later. So section H, claim compensation benefits payment from the insurance business. So this is regarding the insurance business. So we are not in the insurance business, so we don't know this. So this is for bank, this is for insurance, right? And this last one, payment in relation to the capital reductions, share capital, unit redemption, share buyback, return of capital, or liquidation proceeds. This one is capital reduction means you decrease your share capital. This is very seldom happen because now if you are a listed company, most of the times only listed company will do this one. If you are Sdn Bhd, this one is very difficult. You need to go to the court, you get a court order, then only you can do the capital reduction. It's more difficult for the company to close the company. Close company is easier, but if you want to do capital reductions, it's more difficult. So normally, I never seen so far. But I think this law is specific for the listed company because listed companies sometimes they want to do the capital reduction. Okay, so we go through one by one. Okay, first thing, we understand the process of the sale bill, e-invoice. The buyer is deemed to assume the role of supplier. You have the supplier to issue to yourself. Then you need to also the same. You need to upload for validation. And then after the validations, you can use that invoice or sale bill e-invoice as a proof of expenses. This one I need to mention to you. Today you buy something from, let's say the section F, the individual, not doing business, individual, you buy something, you cannot get the invoice, so you do self-bill. Self-bill, within 72 hours, that person can reject or you can cancel. If the person not rejecting your invoice means that it's valid already. So you can use that as a proof of expenses. If then reject, so means that it's no longer valid, so you cannot use it as a proof of expenses. So the buyer can share the validated invoice with another party. So you want to share, of course you have to share within 72 hours. Otherwise people will they will know they have the invoice. Actually you can, as an individual you can go to my invoice portal to register under your individual name. So you can check other people issue invoice to you, you can see from your portal. Everybody can check. So if you suddenly see one invoices is not belong to you but under your name, you can quickly present it. Later I will show in details how you work with the My Invoice portal, including how to register, how to issue, how to cancel everything. So the last thing, another party is not required to issue invoice. If they want to reject, you can reject. If he accept, no need to do anything. So this is a sale bill invoice. For sale bill invoice, you have to key in the details, right? Sometimes you can get the details in full, sometimes it's not. Okay, let's see how. So supplier name, you sure you have the supplier name. Okay, just now, the people asking, right, the PIN number how? Okay, sell bill like you import from foreign. Okay, you need to use this PIN number. EI, okay, 9 times, kosong, 9 times, and then 3 kosong. For Malaysia person, like section F just now, remember, the individual not carrying out business, you just key in this one. If the person have IC number, you key in IC number, you just key in this one, general one. Remember, I just now earlier, if individual sell something to you, you sell you need to get either IC number or T number. You must have one. Okay. If you have IC number, you key in IC number, this one you can put this one. If you have their exact T number, okay, the person so put T number, so you don't need to key in IC number, then you just do this small kosong. So either one. Okay. Then this one of course you have. Okay, MSC code. MSC code sometimes you cannot get. You just key kosong 5 times. Okay. Classification the 45 classification I mentioned just now, right? Okay, sell bill you can key in the things you buy is under what classification. Kalau cannot find, you put kosong 22 others. Right? Any question for this? Simply e-Invoice field to key. Okay. No worries. Just now, and later I will have my invoice portal illustrator. I also will teach you from what column you key what items. This is what I mentioned just now. Interest very complicated that you can see from here. Okay, you need to imagine interest is required to issue sale bill invoice. This is general rules. Generally, interest semua interest payment you just issue sale bill. But except for these circumstances under the section 8G, this is the publications from RSDN under section 8G 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 circumstances cannot issue sale bill invoice. But most of it is not relevant to us. But in case you need to understand also. The first thing, okay, business charge interest to public at large. This is who will do so? Charge interest to public bank. Okay, so bank is not, don't care. Bank will do the things. You don't need to care. Okay, interest payment made by employee to employer. What circumstances? Employer itu company, dia pinjam money kepada staff. Okay, normally will the company charge interest or not? Oh, no, right? Advances to staff, okay, that's it, dibayar saja atau tolak gaji kan? The company normally don't charge interest. If the company charge interest out, ini ya, the payment employee pay to the employer. Cannot sell bill because the employee dia tak ada business, dia cannot sell. How to say? You should sell bill actually. Sorry, I also confused. Okay, the interest payment paid employee to employer. Who charges the interest is employer. Okay, employer charges the interest. So employer charges interest, employer will issue invoice directly. So the employee not going to sell bill. Right? Can understand? Okay. Of course, the employee the business he cannot sell bill. Okay, the third thing, interest payment made by foreign payer to Malaysian taxpayer. Okay, foreign payer to Malaysian taxpayer. Okay, who make the payment? Foreign payer. Foreigner dia tak payah comply with e-invoice. So this sale bill is not applicable. Okay, so Malaysian taxpayer depends on. Okay, if you are a company, you need to issue e-invoice. If you are not company, you are individual, you don't need to issue anything. Okay, then the fourth thing, payment to a limited company who provide centralized treasury services. This is also very complicated. The key thing you need to know is this related company. Okay, if you are handling your accountant, you're handling a lot of company related to each other. Okay, there are two kind of intercompany borrowings. Okay, the first time is the company, their other business. Okay, let's say dua company. Satu company dia manufacturing, satu company dia doing trading lah. This is very common one. Okay, they have their own business nature. So the trading company dia borrow money kepada manufacturing company. Okay, dia ada charge interest. Okay, under this dia who pay the money, okay, will do the survey. Okay, unless this is general rules, who pay the money they do survey. Unless it's a centralized treasury services, unless macam ada tiga company, satu company trading, satu company manufacturing, satu company dia tak ada business, dia hanya borrow money dari lain-lain company. Dia ada satu centralized treasury services. Macam these circumstances, centralized treasury services sudah menjadikan business dia kan. So under these circumstances, this company have to issue normal e-Invoice to that company who borrow the money. Okay. Okay. So if you have with the company your company borrowings, you need to take out of this one. Otherwise, it's not so relevant to you. Okay. The last one, late payment interest charge or charges imposed by Malaysian taxpayer. Okay. Sometimes the trading company they charge the customer, they issue invoice to the customer not paying the money many years already. So they want to penalize that company for not paying the money. They charge interest. Okay, that interest that the company need issue e-Invoice to charge the interest for this late payment interest. Okay, so under this 5 scenario, cannot sell bill. This is the thing. Okay, now this is related to the sale bill invoice. I give you a scenario. Okay, you study this one first. Siti is employer of Syarikat ABC. She sold her PC to IT Computers. Okay, this is a second-hand PC lah. Okay. So you need to understand. Siti is employee. So Siti doing business, not doing business. So not doing business is under the category F just now. I asked you to remember one. Okay. So itu second-hand PC lah. Dia sell kepada company IT Computer. Okay. So IT Computer asked Siti to give e-invoice. Siti said, "Hey, I am not doing business. I cannot issue e-invoice to you." So IT Computer will sell bill because this is under category F. Fulfill the scenario. Okay, needs to assume the roles specify and issue invoice. Okay. Okay. Case number 2. Okay, you can read by yourself, right? Okay. Siti is employer. Syarikat ABC. Nearby processor provides Siti with limited receipt because she does not need to issue e-invoice. Okay. Understand? So same thing, Siti just now I mentioned she is employee. Ini Pakcik Rosa yang jual kuih selesai. Okay. So this is not doing business. Pakcik Rosa is doing business. Okay. So he's selling kuih to Siti. But this role you cannot take Siti as a person. You need to take Syarikat ABC as a person. Because Siti just employee of the Syarikat ABC. Who buy the kuih? Syarikat ABC right? Sebab lepas Siti bayar ini kuih punya duit, dia akan claim back from Syarikat ABC. Okay. So Syarikat ABC dia of course yang, hey, hello Siti, Makcik Rosa, sila bagi e-invoice. Makcik Rosa jawab, tak ada lah, revenue belum sampai pada 50k ya. Okay, jadi dia bagi dan return, ada pencil dia tulis. Ini receipt bagi you. Okay, boleh tak? Yes, boleh. Syarikat ABC is not required and it's not permitted. Not required, okay, because already have receipt. It's not permitted because Makcik Rosa is not under category F. Right? Hanya kategori A sampai I boleh issue sale bill. Ini tak ada mana-mana satu kategori. So it's not allowed, not permitted to issue separate e-invoice. So how? And the company can continue to use the handwritten receipt provided by Maju Rosa as a tax proof. This example is bulat-bulat I extract from the illustrative guideline and paste here. So a lot of people ask me, kalau I tak ada invoice, boleh tak I deduct tax? Okay, kalau I dapat handwritten invoice, handwritten receipt, okay? Sometimes like you yang toilet rosak kan, you panggil plumber, okay, repair, plumber mana ada isu invoice, dia bagi you handwritten, okay, repair toilet, okay, 100 ringgit, bayar receipt. They are doing business tak? Doing business. So can you issue sale bill? Cannot issue sale bill. A lot of people saying that I terus issue sale bill senang tak boleh. Okay, so exactly the same with this scenario. So the handwritten receipt, yes, you just key in your account. Okay, when do the tax, yes, it can deduct as a tax. Don't worry. Okay. Scenario number 3, okay, CD. Okay, CD dia ada satu commercial property. So she rent to this XYZ enterprise tenant. So XYZ tenant commercial property, so of course he's doing business. So CD doing business using the scenario just now. CD is not doing business. So CD rent out the 10 property to XYZ. She did not provide maintenance or support services to XYZ enterprise. I purposely mentioned City does not provide maintenance or support services. Maksudnya, if City doesn't provide maintenance or support services, it means that City is in the business. Yes. If City does not provide maintenance business means it's a investment income. That rumah, okay, everything, just every month they fix, collect rental. Like kalau dia ada provide maintenance and support services, it's more like Airbnb, you dengan homestay macam tu. Okay, homestay they rent out the room or rent out the property, they will provide maintenance services, do the cleaning service, week apa. So they in the business. But if normally you rent out property, you just don't care lah. Kalau ada rosak ke building rosak apa, you repair itu okay. Bukan doing cleaning, maintenance is not. So this means that City is not in the business. Kalau it's not in the business, it means City is category F. Okay, unable to issue e-invoice. So XYZ enterprise, it self bill itself. Okay, it's not doing business. XYZ enterprise need to assume the role as supplier and issue self bill e-invoice. So you still stick to the category just now I mentioned to you. Okay, case study 4. Now City is a landlord. Now, okay, kita tukar sikit lah. City is doing business, is a sole provider. Maybe City ada jual apa barang, dia is a business. So it sell and it renting the property to XYZ. So because City is doing business, so City need to issue e-invoice. Okay, to the tenant. It's very clear. Okay, so sell bill e-invoice. We ended already. Any question regarding sell bill e-invoice? Okay. So the key thing is mentioned here. So the most important things I need to repeat is this one. Okay. Because so many people confuse that. Kalau I beli something, I go and buy something, the supplier don't want to give me invoice. Although I know the supplier is doing business, the supplier dah like, tak ada invoice punya lah, you bayar saja, ambil saja, okay? So what can you do? Can you issue self bill? Cannot, because it's not under this category. Only not conducting a business, you can issue self bill. Yes. So you die, mesti dapat invoice ada itu supplier. Handwritten also can. See, you don't want to issue invoice to me, then you issue a handwritten or printed versions of invoice to me lah. Then you can accept. So this is a must. Okay. If no question, we ended this part. Service invoice. Okay. Oh. So the 15 minutes break is now. Never mind, we take a short break, about 5 minutes first. Okay, get a rest, refresh first. Okay, because later we will have part for consolidated e-invoice. Okay. So macam tenang kan, keep continue, input, more break skip. Okay, rest a bit